Well, it is about 7:30 on the morning of October 30th, and you could not ask for a more beautiful sunrise and just overall setup. We're on another piece of public land. My man behind the camera here, Mitch, it's his birthday, and we're gonna do everything in our power today to get him a birthday buck on the ground. So we're just gonna try to learn it as we go. You know, we're super far behind as far as scouting goes, but that's one of the things I love, is going on a map, finding a spot, coming in, see what it looks like, and hopefully one of these times it's gonna work out. Just feels amazing to be in the tree, and we're only a couple days away from November, so should be a beautiful morning. Hey, if he's a farmer, hopefully means they're used to it. Positive mindset. I think we're gonna start wrapping things up here. It's about 10:30, and overall, I mean, I think we had a pretty good hunt. 3 of the 4 deer we saw this morning were actually within that first 30 minutes, and it was actually, I mean, it's the first cruising and chasing that I've seen this entire season. So I'm gonna be back out tonight, and I'm not sure where. With the north wind tonight, this wind's gonna switch from, it was south at the beginning this morning, it's starting to switch a little bit west, and that's gonna be directly north tonight. Temperature's gonna drop, pressure's rising all day, and it's just gotta be in the woods, can't get them from home. So that's gonna wrap up the first day on public, and we'll be back after it this afternoon. Well, here we are, it's about 2 o'clock, and we're running a little bit later than we'd like to. We're actually back to the same piece of public that Max shot his buck, and tonight I'm gonna do, you know, the usual. We got 2 stand sticks, go set up, and it's gonna be a little dicey because right now it feels north, but it keeps switching between north and northwest, and that's gonna change, you know, when I'm looking on this map where I want to go. So really what our strategy right now is very simple. We're gonna take a very southern approach, kind of, because right now this wind's going back to where we want to hunt, and we're gonna make our way back, so the wind's gonna be in our face as we're trying to find sign to set up on. So it's that time of year, you never really know what could happen. If anything's in the area, we're gonna give some calling a go, and it just, you know, it feels right. It's overcast, wind's picking up, it's getting colder, and the pressure's rising. So I'm excited. I know we've got high expectations for tonight's sit, and we're gonna get going. That's the cool thing about coming into these new spots. You just learn a little bit more every time. I mean, this is literally a finger right here. And it's one of those spots I think people overlook it. I overlooked it, didn't even think we were gonna come across much. And we have 7 scrapes right there, all freshly worked, followed by this rub. You know, we're making a lot of educated guesses right now, and that's part of the fun of it, you know, so. If that doesn't get anybody fired up, man, I don't know. That's one of the biggest rubs I've ever seen. So that's nuts. I think we just walk up until we get into those beans, pop up and hope for the best. We keep trying to get where we don't have deer go downwind of us, but I don't think that's possible. Well, it's about 4 o'clock here. Along the way, we just ran into so much sign. I mean, I want to say we saw anywhere from 14 to 15 scrapes, and then just that giant rub I talked about. But this was just harvested, as you can tell behind me. And right here, this is all standing beans. And then right where I'm pointing my finger right there on the screen, That is one of the biggest scrapes I've ever seen. Now, you know, that might be a community scrape. This might all be, you know, nighttime movement, but the bottom line is that there's obviously a deer that we want to shoot in here based on that rub, and there's scrapes all over this place. So this place, where it sets up right here, and we're going to show it to you on a pan, but it basically 3 big little fingers come together right here. We got beans on either side, so fingers crossed, something good happens tonight. See him? Coming right out. He's right in that green. Hold on, I'm gonna give him one more grunt behind us. Cause he's looking for us. See him? Here he comes. See him? See him? Look. You just get on him. Okay, get on him. Oh, we better hope it not wind us fine. He might wind us. He's scraping you on him. Oh, come on, wind. Oh, he's gonna come right down this edge, dude. He's looking for us. What's he doing? You just gotta hope it's strong enough. Oh, dude, he winded us. Yeah, that sucks. Man, that sucks. It doesn't suck, that's not the right word to say, but that plan literally almost just came together within 5 minutes after that interview. I told Mitch that we were going to go ahead and rattle because this in front of us just looks like a sweet bedding ridge. I mean, it looks awesome. And when I said that, our wind is blowing like this. It's a north wind tonight, blowing like that. And it literally swirled at the least favorable time ever. I saw him run down that ridge, and then I sent some grunts behind us, and he just took off right through those beans, and he got right to this point. And as I was watching him come in, I thought he was going to come right around this edge, which I think we would have been fine on, but of course, he tried to get downwind of us, and that was a stud. I mean, we just watched that footage back. He's got a gnarly looking G2. I mean, God, I love it. I love this stuff, man. I love it. I hate that it didn't work out, but man, there's nothing that replaces that feeling right there. I thought he was coming. I thought we had him. Dead to rights right there. I thought he was gonna come right down that line. I'm telling you, man, we just gotta get an opportunity. Smaller buck. The third buck right there. Basically the exact same spot that bigger one came. He's looking back too. Man, that's 5 bucks now. There's another buck. Oh, he's got it's a dude, that's a second main beam. He's going after that doe. Hopefully this is a doe when he gets behind her. I can't see in there. Good. Can you see him? I can. He's done. Go down, go down, go down, go down. Jesus Christ. I don't know. I can hear him. How'd that look? Well, as you can see, we are not behind a buck right now, and basically just to kind of run you down how we got to where we're at. I picked up my arrow, we got down the tree, and right away I saw that there's good blood on this, and you can tell in these, I just did a quick close up of this arrow. There's water droplets on it. It's because it's raining. You might be able to hear it behind me, but I mean, it was no more than 3 minutes after the shot. We were getting down, and right away I couldn't find a lot of blood. And so what Mitch and I did, walked to that tree line where we can see where he goes in on the video. It sounds like he crashes, and I mean, in that last 5 to 10 yards, it looks like his knees are buckling. So we get in there, we shine the lights around, and I mean, we went in no more than a yard or two right in that spot, and we didn't see him. Come back, and we're looking at the footage with Caleb and Taylor, and now, the more we're thinking about this, that deer drops a lot. We can't tell on the frames. I mean, it looks like in one frame it's a great shot, and then you should be down right away, and the other one that it'd be just high. So ultimately, with this rain, no blood, and we looked right where we think he should be. We're gonna decide to go right back in the morning. It's supposed to be raining all night. It's gonna be about 37 degrees, and gave Paul and Drake a call, so they're gonna meet us there right at first light, and it's gonna be, it's just such a sick feeling, because I really think that I think he's done, and I just don't think it's worth the risk if we did hit him high, so we're gonna be right back there in the morning, and just really, really hope that he's right there somewhere, but looking forward to daylight, that's for sure. Crossed right up there. Hope I had you right there. So we just came to that spot that I was telling you guys. We could see exactly where he went in. The reference point we're using, there's a big dark scrape right behind us, and we saw it was like 3 yards this way. Sure enough, I can see blood right.
His body right there. He's dead right there, dude.
Oh my God!
Right there, dude. He's like 5 yards in the field. Josh. Are you kidding me, dude? You smoked him. You 10-ringed that buck. You 10-ringed him, dude. You 10-ringed him, bro. We told you. Did I hear him crash? You heard him crash, brother. I mean,
oh,
crash.
What a night.
Dude, I thought it.
Oh, we walked right.
Let's go get him, boy. Get him. Oh, yes.
Oh my.
Dude, I'm looking at his body right there.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I mean, the emotion says it all. I mean, we are 3 yards off the field edge, and he's in this bramble bush right here. And I mean, we haven't got to move him yet. We got to get him tagged up and stuff, but that just caps yesterday's hunt. I can't even begin to explain how awesome that was. I mean, we came in here, you know, we did some scouting on the map, but that's just really all we've had the time to do. And got over here, found a bunch of sign, and then we saw these beans, and we used that, you know, very, very similar to what we do in Jared's farm, using that slough. Put us right in the position, and you know, we had that awesome buck come out right away in the hunt, and then all those other deer funneled out, and sure enough, right at the end, this guy, and we were able to grunt him right to the tree. And we got another buck on the ground for the team, and you know, these guys, they've just working their butts off, and it's been awesome to be along with them. And you know, I was able to get my opportunity last night, and you know, we were able to take advantage of it. So you know, this is what it's about, and this is why we do what we do, and just really, really blessed to, you know, be sitting right here with this buck. So super excited. We're gonna get him out of here, and now it's everybody else's turn. So November's right around the corner. I mean, it's like I said, Halloween. His birthday was yesterday, and I couldn't be more thankful and happy for how this hunt ended.
All right, well, it's 9 o'clock, November 2nd. We're in the same location as last night, same plot, just a little further to the south, to the north. Our wind switched overnight to the south, and we had to come in here and get a little tighter to the bedroom area. The action's been good this morning. We've seen 3 to 4 or 5 bucks. One was a mid-130s deer, 4-year-old, just cruising, and we saw a small 8-point chasing a doe. I haven't seen our target buck yet, but our hopes are very high with this. With what we've seen, also it just feels better today. The temperatures are kind of falling, and it's one of those days where you want to stay here all day, and you just gotta keep your head on a swivel and be prepared.
Coming right in.
Hi guys, a little update. It's 10:40, November 2nd. The past hour has been jam-packed. Bucks chasing does, vocalizations, both sides of the tree. And we just laid eyes on our target buck, the buck we call Pop. He came out behind a doe on the edge of the plot across the ravine from us, and actually bred her. Was you know, staying close with her. She went back into cover. He followed her. And so now we know 2 things. We know where he's bedding and where she is, and that kind of gives us some ideas. We're going to probably sit here as long as we can, and hopefully she'll come by. If not, we're going to make a move and be cautious, knowing where he is and where they went back into cover, and probably where they're bedding, which is about 200 or 300 yards from where we were last night. So they're tight. Big deer, a lot of history with that deer. Cool buck, and just a great story. 3 years, and the second time I've ever seen him. So you know, my wheels are spinning, and with excitement, but just again to try to get the deal done, and to be cautious and to make the right move. The next one will be deadly for him. Alright guys, it's 2 o'clock. All we've done is made a midday move for my morning set. We came back to where we were last night. We were down in this bottom this morning. We came on the east side of this food plot, climbed up as quietly as we could for an all-day sit. The buck bedded to our west. I went back with that doe. We suspect he's bedded in a little smaller drop right there. Our expectation is that she comes back out tonight, hits the green food source, the autumn quick plot, and as well as this cut corn, which has been cut for about 4 or 5 days now. The wind is now coming off my back, going down into the draw, which is advantageous for where he bedded. It's one of the reasons we didn't go out for lunch. We wanted to stay here and keep him where he was and not have him pick up our wind. So we're hungry, we're thirsty, but we didn't prepare for an all-day sit. But we're doing what we're doing because it's November, and you know, what else could you ask for, Dad? Lights fading. Great encounter. Nerve-wracking. He did what we wanted him to do, what we thought he would do. As far as where he came out, we set up on the right wind, but his doe just would not come into the plot. She is content on feeding whatever natives are out there, whatever native browse is out there, and he will not leave her side. So close. Exciting. We'll chase him tomorrow.
Evening hunt is coming to a close. I want to give you a quick update on how my past week has been going and what my plans are going into the next week. I've been really careful about the stands that I've hunted. We haven't had perfect winds for the bucks that I wanted to go after, and I hate going into spots when it's dead calm, especially in the mornings, because it just seems like those deer, they'll hear you coming from a half a mile away. We've had a lot of still days. This next week looks like it's better. The forecast is looking a little bit more inviting, and we got more of the north winds and the west winds and those types of I would call them typical winds for this time of the season. This coming week should be the best week of the whole season. Well, I appreciate you joining me. I hope you have great luck in this week ahead. I look forward to seeing you right back here again next week for the next episode of Midwest Whitetail. And remember to always dream big.